address. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, Madam. Shri A.G. Thangappan, the Chairman of Spices Board, Shri D. Satyan, Secretary of the Spices Board, Shri Malay Kumar Poddar, Chairman and Managing Director, Agriculture Insurance Company of India Limited, Shri Dr. A.B. Rema Shri, Director, Spices Board, all the other distinguished colleagues from the Spices Board and the Ministry of Commerce, all the very, very reputed and well-known spice exporters from all over the country, all my dear brothers and sisters, spice farmers, who are the largest contributor to the spices ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen from all over the country, from Kashmir to Cochin, and from the border here at Jaisalmer and Barmer to Imphal and to Gangtok and Guwahati. I'm indeed extremely delighted to be a part of this hybrid program, which marks the Coral Jubilee celebrations of Spices Board, which is completing 35 glorious years today. The work that the Spices Board does was amply reflected in the comments made by several stakeholders today. And I'd like to thank all of you for your extremely kind words recognizing the pivotal role that the Spices Board has played since its inception in promoting Indian spices all across the world. It is also a very crucial link between Indian exporters and importers all over the world, which has helped us fuel international exports. I am told the spices that all of you produce, all our exporters send out of the country, are today reaching over 180 destinations all over the world. In fact, the growth of spice exports has been phenomenal. They have increased by almost 115% in volume and 84% in value in the last 7 years between 2014 and 21, reaching a historic high of US dollars 4.2 billion last year. I think this has certainly helped increase the income of our annadatas, our farmers all over the country. Friends, food without spices is like life without colors. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना कि खाने में थोड़ा सा मसाला और जिंदगी में थोड़ा सा रंग होना ही चाहिए, तभी तो मजा है जीने का. A pinch of spices for a bunch of benefits. That's what our motto is. Spices are found in almost every aspect of our life, starting from our morning tea. अदरक की चाय हम सुबह पीते हैं या इलायची की चाय पीते हैं, cardamom tea, to cosmetic applications using turmeric, or dental products using cloves, long, or menthol. In fact, I still remember my own marriage when in our custom, the groom and the bride separately are plastered with turmeric all over their body and the face, which is expected to make them shine or look even more, look better for the marriage festivities. I don't know, this may be a custom prevailing in many parts of the country, certainly in Punjab, Haryana, northern parts of India, and possibly in Jaisalmer and Barmer also. I do believe it's also prevalent in many parts of South India. So, in a sense, spices are a part of each one of us, each one of our lives has played a very, very important role in Indian culture, history, tradition, and heritage. For that matter, spices were the reason Vasco da Gama ventured to find the sea route to India, and his success in 1498 when he landed in Kerala coast changed the world history forever. Such was the power and value of spices in those times. Spices need no specific introduction in our country, which is hailed as the spices bowl of the world. There are many, many stories around spices. Historically, the interaction of the East with the West was through two routes: the Silk Route for trade with East Asia and the Spice Route for trade between India and Southeast Asia. In fact, love for Indian spices in Europe led to the discovery of America. I am told that Columbus was actually looking for expanding the spices trade and landed up discovering America. And therefore, since ages, India has had a very important role in the spice trade. It is the world's largest producer and consumer of spices today. We had friends from Kashmir. The saffron, Jafran, that is made in Kashmir is world famous. The black pepper from Kerala is recognized and tasted all over the world. We had friends talking about export from Gujarat or Rajasthan today. I believe Gujarat's ginger is very prominently exported, and our friends from the Northeast, whether it's from Guwahati in Assam or Gangtok in Sikkim, are proud about the various organic products that they are exporting all over the world. In fact, the Naga chili of the Northeast is also very well recognized across the globe. In fact, Indian spices are used in some of the most famous food items in the world, like Mexican sauces, curry items popular in UK, the chicken biryani or tadkas that you get, the curries that you get all across Europe, the kava, which is a very popular Arabic drink. In fact, we also are served kava in Kashmir. All of this, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, makes every Indian proud of the good work and the wonderful products you are all producing. In these challenging pandemic times, the world took note of the age-old and time-tested practices of Ayurveda that involves the use of spices in medicinal products. Ayush Kwat, that combines the therapeutic powers of cinnamon, tulsi, dry ginger, and black pepper, and the golden milk, which is made using turmeric and pepper and other products, have become some of the most searched recipes for immunity boosting during the COVID pandemic. So deep is the association of spices with our daily lives that one cannot imagine a day without using spice in one form or the other. Ladies and gentlemen, all through the pandemic, you have kept the Indian flag of spices high, and our exports have been at historic highs all through last year, and I hope the current year will also set a new record. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years, India has maintained an apex position in the global spice sector as the pioneer producer consumer, and exporter of spices and spice products, as well as a global hub in processing and value addition of spices. The Spice Board, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, has been making proactive interventions, many of which were appreciated by the participants today, and has worked with all sections of this industry, different stakeholders, spice growers, exporters, trade promotion and regulatory bodies of importing countries, intergovernmental organizations to promote Indian spices. On this occasion, I would like to place on record my personal appreciation and the appreciation of every Indian for the leadership role that Spices Board has played and for their contribution in spearheading the evolution of Indian spice sector over the last 35 years to sustain India's leadership in this sector. In fact, right from 1987, when they started their involvement in the spices sector, when we had a very small role, about $229.9 million of export, we have grown manifold to now reaching nearly $5 billion of spices and spice product exports. There's an increasing demand for our spices such as turmeric, ginger, coriander, and cumin because of their several medicinal properties. The demand for spices has also shown significant increase in recent times. Just as the country, India, is called the pharmacy of the world due to its capacity to provide vaccines, life-saving medicines, we have now also made a mark in production and export of nutraceutical products, which capture the immunity-boosting properties of spices. The Ministry of Commerce, through the Spices Board, is assisting exporters, institutions in undertaking product development and research for deriving newer spice-based products and applications. In fact, the Spice Board is leading from the front in promoting the unique flavors and spices worldwide. And I believe the program is in Kochi, which is often touted as the spice capital of the world. Guntur is often called the world's biggest chili market. Jammu and Kashmir is home to some of the most expensive spices, the saffron or Jafrani products. Delhi's Khari Bauli is Asia's largest spice market. Northeast's Naga chili, which I talked about, is one of the world's hottest chilies. We heard about the organic farming that Dr. Kuloli spoke about from far away Barmer at the border of Rajasthan. And we're really proud of the good work you've done. And I thank you for your valuable suggestions. My sister, Padma Shri Awardee from Guwahati, also deserves the highest accolades and appreciation for the wonderful work that our brothers and sisters of the Northeast are doing to promote spices. My young brother from Gangtok, Sikkim, मेरा आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और आशीर्वाद कि आप अपने काम में सफल हों और पूरे पूर्वोत्तर भारत में पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की जो संभावनाएं हैं, जो कैपेसिटी है, जो पॉसिबिलिटीज है, उसको आप सब अच्छी तरीके से बढ़ाएं. मैं चाहूंगा कि स्पाइसेस बोर्ड एक विशेष योजना लाए या कार्यक्रम करे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भी, कैसे हम बड़े पैमाने पे अपने स्पाइस ट्रेड को बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं. अभी तक 26 भारत के स्पाइसेस को जीआई टैग मिल चुका है, जैसे कूर्ग का ग्रीन कार्डमम या मिजो जिंजर, कन्याकुमारी का क्लोव. वैसे ही हमको और भी ढूंढ के जितने हमारे स्पाइसेस हैं, इसमें अगर और कोई संभावना है जीआई की, तो उसको तुरंत कैप्चर कर लेना चाहिए. I would urge Spices Board to take a special program, reach out all over the country so that we don't leave any product where we have the ability to get GI tag for Indian traditional produce. As the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi said, and I quote, during COVID, along with India's medicines and vaccines, the world experienced the importance of our spices and kada, unquote. I am sure, just like our grandmother used to give special products, दादी माँ के नुस्खे होते थे ना, हल्दी दूध या दालचीनी या तुलसी की चाय, all of these, I hope one day will become household staple all over the world. हम सब ने मिलके इन हमारे भारत की विरासत को, भारत के ये ट्रेडिशनल प्रोडक्ट्स को दुनिया भर में प्रसिद्ध करने का काम करना चाहिए. मुझे बताया गया कि टर्मरिक में, खास तौर पे हल्दी में बहुत बड़ी वृद्धि हुई है पिछले साल, और इस साल भी मेरा मानना है कि ऐसी वृद्धि चलती रहेगी. एक बहुत प्रसिद्ध भारतीय कुक ने, शेफ ने, श्री विकास खन्ना ने बहुत अच्छी तरीके से कहा था, Indian spices not only reflect our evolution, but India's beliefs and traditions also. Indian spices are today spreading the taste, color, and aroma of India all over the world, be it MDH masala or Lizzat Papad, which was started very close to my home in Mumbai, where I was born, or Everest masalas. All have helped diversify the world's taste buds and the palate that is prominent all over the world. I would like to appreciate the Spices Board and the Agriculture Insurance Company of India for launching the innovative weather-based crop insurance scheme for the benefit of cardamom farmers today. I wish the scheme all success and would like to see you expand these benefits to a larger cross section of farmers all over India and see how we can develop sector specific or schemes for other products in the spice value chain. Friends, the Spices Board has enabled access to primary processing and value addition in spices through the 8 spices parks set up in major production centers: Puttadi in Kerala, Sivaganga in Tamil Nadu, Guntur in Andhra Pradesh, Chhindwara and Guna in Madhya Pradesh, Kota and Jodhpur in Rajasthan. And we can see the benefits of these parks for our growers, our entrepreneurs, and our exporters who have started getting better price realization. Our quality evaluation laboratory network provides analytical service to exporters and other stakeholders across the major ports of India. Presently, state-of-the-art labs are functioning from 8 locations: Kochi in Kerala, Guntur in AP, Tuticorin and Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Mumbai in Maharashtra, Kandla in Gujarat, Narela near Delhi, and Kolkata in West Bengal. I would urge the board to expand the reach of the lab network to all regions of India, particularly remote areas like Kashmir and Northeast, and expand your capabilities adhering to highest standards so as to make a name for quality and efficiency of service. In fact, India is proud to have provided global leadership in developing standards, quality standards for spices. We have pioneered the efforts which resulted in formation of the Codex Committee on Spices and Culinary Herbs under the Codex Alimentarius Commission of the FAO, and WHO in 2014. This committee has been chaired by India, and the Spices Board serves as its secretariat. The CCSCH has successfully developed global quality standards for 8 spices: black, white, and green pepper, cumin, thyme, garlic, cloves, oregano, basil, and ginger, all of which are used in a big way all over the world. It is, to my mind, now important that all of us work towards improving the quality standards that Indian spices have. I think we have significant plans to improve the export of spices through resilient and efficient programs and interventions. We have initiated collaborative efforts with various national and international agencies to promote spices. For example, we have an initiative with the STDF of the WTO and FAO for strengthening the spice value chain in India and improving market access through capacity building and innovative interventions. We are also working with the Quality Council of India for INDGAP, good manufacturing, good agricultural practices certification. We also are working closely with the spice industry and international agencies like IDH and GIS of Germany on National Sustainable Spice Program. The UNDP's Accelerator Lab in India is also working on development of blockchain enabled traceability platform for spices. Ladies and gentlemen, Spice Board has many digital programs to its credit, like the cloud-based live e-auction facility for small cardamom to ensure transparency and ease of doing business. The board has digitized most services and will soon make all its services online. The board has recently launched Spice Exchange India, which is the first of its kind online portal dedicated to the spices trade that uses artificial intelligence tools to enable B2B matchmaking between spice exporters and importers across the world. The portal facilitates ease of doing business as it provides a technology linked platform for connecting Indian exporters and global buyers and is a giant leap in strengthening export transactions of spices from India. Friends, though we are a global leader in spices, we are facing certain challenges. When it comes to export in the whole raw form, we do not currently enjoy cost advantage against many countries of Asia and Africa, which means we should focus on increasing the export of value added spice products. Also, we face a challenge in preparing our production system and manufacturing system to meet the stringent quality and food safety standards prescribed by countries across the world. Therefore, our aim should be to sustain the competitive edge of Indian spice industry and give added thrust to meet stringent quality and food safety standards. Friends, all these trade barriers that are recently imposed against our products are all around quality. And unless we ensure that we maintain high quality, we impose or we make effort to transition quickly for the high quality standards that other countries have set, we will land up losing our market share. We in the ministry and the board are working actively to address these issues, but will need your support to maintain high quality. In fact, I would like to urge that we all work together as a team to maintain high quality standards so that all those who are doing adulterated or colored or harmful synthetic spices should be exposed. Please become whistleblowers, because those people who are indulging in illegal or bad practices are harming all of you. Because of them, your image is getting spoiled. Because of them, India's image is suffering. I think the credibility of our spice trade and spice business can only be possible when genuine and honest farmers, honest exporters, expose all those who are indulging in bad practices, for which we are willing to set up laboratory anywhere and everywhere across the country in partnership with the Bureau of Indian Standards or FSSAI. I hope the Spices Board will expand the reach of the lab network to all regions in India to ensure that we maintain high quality standards. Secondly, we must focus on packaging and branding Indian spices. As they say, जो अच्छा दिखता है वो और भी ज्यादा बिकता है. Packaging is a strong, creates a lasting impression on buyers and will help promote brand India, brand equity for Indian spices. Therefore, please focus on packaging and branding, and Spices Board will work with you. We can also involve the Indian Institute of Packaging to support you in these efforts. Third, I would like to suggest that we promote spice tourism. We can work with the state governments to conduct tours, tasting festivals, exhibitions to create awareness about Indian spices, both in India and across the world. Just like you have wine tourism or you have cherry farms in different parts of the world. You know, in Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra, we used to have honey farms. I think the spice industry can also integrate with tourism industry and have conducted tours which will expand awareness and your markets worldwide. And lastly, I'd like to suggest that we should now look at creating unicorns in the spices sector. We have many millionaires, the Guladi family, the Vadilal Bhai Shah family, or many others in the spices sector. Now we should take it to the next level. We want to see many of you, particularly our young startups, work in this sector, promote this sector, create new jobs in this sector, particularly in remote areas of the country like we saw in Barmer or Jaisalmer, or in the remote areas of Gujarat and Kashmir. I think the time has come for all of us to work towards a glorious future for the spices sector. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to express my condolences to the two gems we lost in recent past in the spices sector. Mahashay Dharampal of MDH Masala and Vadilal Bhai Shah of Everest Spices. They were both doyens, captains of our industry, very, very reputed, respected names in our industry. And we will miss both of them very deeply. I express our heartfelt thanks to the huge contribution both made to the sector, to the spices sector. Their memory will be etched always in the history of the spice development in the country. But I believe the most fitting tribute to these illustrious leaders and captains of this industry will be that we now aspire to meet our ambitious target of $10 billion of spices export, not by 2030, but maybe even faster. Can we aspire to reach it in the next 5 years? I think we can. Let us aspire to double our exports to $10 billion in the next 5 years by 2027, and then further double our exports to $10 billion in the next 5 years by 2032, so that in this Amrit Kal, the next 25 years of India's glorious story of independence, as we go from Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which we are celebrating in the current year, to Azadi, and through the Azadi Ka Amrit Kal, prepare ourselves for 2047, which will be 100 years of India's independence. Spices should be one of the major items of India's export and help expand our footprint all across the world as a global leader in spices. This will help our spice farmers, our annadatas, our entrepreneurs, our young boys and girls, our startups, our exporters create value, increase their incomes, and help India to create lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of jobs for our young boys and girls. This should be the new vision, new India's vision, spiced with tadka, laced with spices. The world has already tasted and appreciated our Kashmiri Jafrani pulao or our Hyderabadi Jafrani biryani. They've already tasted Malayali chili. Now it is time that even other products from all over India, whether it is UP's Kalonji or Northeast India's Naga chili, whether it is Rajasthan's Ajwain or other products from all over the country, turmeric, coriander, all these products should open the world's mind and palate to India's delicious flavors. We must collectively work to make the spices sector the flag bearer of India's export, and the world should recognize brand India with our delicious spices products. I wish all of you all the very best in the years to come. My compliments once again to the Spices Board. May God bless all of you with good health and good progress in the future. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Incidentally, before I sign off, I would have very much liked to be in Kochi in the program physically, but I have been deputed by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi to Mumbai to receive our brothers and sisters, Indians coming from Ukraine in the first batch today evening, and therefore I'm unable to join you, but I'm sure you will all appreciate the importance of my being in Mumbai to welcome our brothers and sisters coming back from Ukraine. We as a government are extremely and most concerned about the safety, security, and safe return of all Indian nationals in Ukraine, and therefore I'm unable to be with you today.